Hello everyone and welcome. This is going to be a little bit different than our usual builds. This is not going to be part of the regular Sims 3 builds. What this is kind of going to come into parts. This is only part 1, and I thought what we would do this time is I've been wanting to build a rather large home. And I don't normally make them very large because of the amount of time that they do take me to create. So I thought, well, instead of limiting all my builds to something kind of on the smaller side, so we could maybe get something a little bit bigger once in a while, why don't we do what I've seen other people call them, like a Let's Build a House series. So basically I am going to do videos that's going to show, of course, the building of the home, but it won't be the entire build. In this part, we get all of it done except, of the outside anyway. The frame of the home. We don't even get to the windows. It gets to the siding, and that's about it. I spent already an hour and a half, I think it was, just on this portion. So as you can see, it does take me a very long time. So I thought, just to have a little something different, in the videos and stuff. This could be something that we could do, and since it won't be completed, if you have any ideas or suggestions, or maybe something you would like to see added to this house, this will kind of give you the opportunity to kind of maybe add a little bit to this house, some maybe your opinions or something you would like to see, happen with this home. Maybe color choices or design choices, or whether you like something or don't like something that is happening so far in the build. Maybe something you'd like to have added, things like that. I thought that would be fun, and maybe, have a little build where can involve everybody watching as well. So but one of the other things, like I said, mainly is because I want to do a large home. I've been wanting to do a rather large one for quite some time, but the last one I did that was really large was my Promenade Farms, and that took me an entire week to complete. Now that's not working on 5-6 hours all in one day. I would spend anywhere from 1 to 3 hours each time I played or built the house, and it still took me close to a week before I had completed it. So I thought, well, instead of making it to where all I am doing is spending all my time only on that, on this house only, I thought, why not put it into parts? So this is just going to be put into parts. I've never done anything like this before. Normally I do all my builds, I make sure it's the way I like it, and if I don't like it, sometimes I scrap the idea altogether. Sometimes I just put it on hold and try again. So this is going to be a little bit different for me because I'm not going to be able to, I guess you could say, scrap it. Like if I hate this house, I'm not going to just be able to get rid of it and start over. So, you're pretty much going to see absolutely everything. This was the first run through this house that I had done. I've never built a house where I raised the ground. Normally if I wanted a house on a hill or something, I just found a lot somewhere that was kind of hilly or on a cliff or something like that, and just kind of built into the ground that was already there. But in this case, I raised the ground because what I was wanting was a garage, but I wanted it under the house, like in the basement area, but I didn't want it to go down into the ground. And I kind of thought, this house, I was going towards a really large Victorian mansion, and I thought, it would even look nice if the house even kind of sat up on a hill. and maybe had a little bit of like rolling hills kind of, look to it on the sides, and the landscaping, things like that. Now, whether or not I'm going to be able to get the ground to do what I'm thinking I want it to do is a different story. I don't normally mess too much with terraforming. I do a little bit here and there if necessary, but I don't normally do a large project like this where the whole yard is going to get changed. So but that's kind of what I was thinking on this house. With these videos, let me know what you think of the idea. This is not going to be a weekly upload, so there's plenty of time for you to, if you have any suggestions or ideas. So there'll be plenty of time for you to put it on, mostly because, again, this is a large build and I already have 5 days a week. I have already got scheduled videos to do weekly and daily. So this is going to be basically one of those, like a bonus video, like one that, I get time to build it. I'll go ahead and take a look at it, see what more I can do, then upload it and everything when I have a chance. I actually built this portion of the house yesterday, and I just now happen to have a chance to do the commentary. So as you can see, I don't always get a chance to do any commentary or anything on the build right away. So here I thought it'd be really nice. This house just seemed like it would be one of them houses you would see a greenhouse attached to it. I'm still a little unsure on what I think on the greenhouse. It does clip through, so I had to make some changes. I guess maybe I was just kind of hoping maybe it'd be like a roof, and disappear, but I guess not. I guess I should have figured, since it was an object, that it would clip through, but I thought I'd try. You never know until you try it. So, the way the house looks now can always change. Everything that you see in this video is very subject to change. I can't guarantee that there's everything that you see here that I do like. Or maybe somebody will have a better idea. Maybe an easier way of doing something, or maybe adding something somewhere, and so anything can change at any time. So one of the problems with having a turret, and I absolutely love Victorian style, it's probably my favorite style ever. I love the architectural of it, and I love building them because they're so, they're not just a square house or a rectangle or L-shaped. They can be all over the place. I mean, their architecture, I think anyway, is just amazing. So it's one of my favorite styles to do. But the problem in this game is when you're doing the turrets, and that's your round room areas, the roofing has a tendency, when you put one of those on, the octagon shaped roofs, to cut out the roofing, usually the floor below. So I fight with that just a little bit here and there. Most of the time, if you can raise the turret up higher, that roof won't clip through in the roof below. So if you can position it properly, in the right spot, usually it'll be okay. Here I wanted to put a porch on, but I didn't really want to change too much of the way that the house was already sitting. But I just couldn't seem to get it to sit, to look right. It just wasn't, because a porch is, covered porch anyway, is one of the things that you'll see in a Victorian style home. They have lots of porches, and usually it's a wraparound porch. But here I am doing a little bit more of the terraforming. Like I said, it's not something I'm very used to doing. I don't normally do a whole lot of this, so I am rather new at it. But kind of what I was thinking was, since this is kind of my vision, I guess I should say, of what I was thinking with this house, was it's up on a hill, and the garage is also higher, as you can see, and it kind of comes down this sloped driveway. I was thinking of, the driveway being sloped and everything, and I was kind of thinking, stairs can kind of come down and weave in and out of the hills, and like I said, I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to get, what I'm thinking and imagining quite what I'm thinking, because I'm not used to doing the terraforming and stuff like that, and sometimes it doesn't normally turn out the way I think it should. But here we're just trying to create the stairs. I wanted them to come down in the front of the porch there, like towards the garage side is the direction. But they just weren't wanting to spin right, the darn stairs. They kept, I don't know, they were just being a real pain. They didn't, and then I finally, as you can see, got them to go where I wanted them to do, but they just did not want to turn. It was really irritating me. But that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create all kinds of different heights, have the hills kind of come up and down. It's kind of what I was imagining and thinking. So like I said, it can change. I'll get towards the end or whatever, I may hate it. Who knows? I might love the house and I might absolutely hate it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see when it actually gets done, because houses can change so much. So, but here's where the garage is, and I was trying to pick out a door that I thought would kind of match, but they don't really have any nice garage doors that would match that era. It just didn't, I wasn't really finding anything anyway that I liked. So I'm just here removing the foundation. That way I wanted to have a basement. Now I don't know if this is going to be a basement that I will fully finish or not. I might leave it open, and then if you want to decorate it yourself and put what you want in there, you can, but I'm not really too sure. I'm still undecided exactly how, where this house is going to go, as in building wise. So I'm just trying to go through and remove all those little bits from the roof. So for the most part, this is kind of how the house is going to look. I think I might lower some of the turrets yet. Some of them are a little high, but I made them high. That way they wouldn't cut out any of the roof. So some of them are a little bit high, but I have considered lowering those. I'm just going around and adjusting the foundation. Where the foundation sits is where a deck is going to go. I do want to have lots of decks, and I'm still hoping to maybe get some of them covered for a nice covered porch look. Not 100% certain, because like I said, I have tried a little bit on that already and I was unsuccessful, so I just kind of moved on. But that's kind of what we're looking at right here, is just trying to get the shape of the patios and stuff like that. So, and I really like, being able to terraform and having some of these a little higher and a little bit lower, and you can kind of see the rippling on the foundation. I just think that looks really nice. Then I thought, it's already kind of low right there. The dirt, the ground and stuff already was. Why not have it where you can walk out? A nice walkout basement is kind of what I was thinking. So that was the purpose of that. I thought I'd at least get it, there and ready to go. That way, if it does happen, then at least it's already ready. So I'm just trying to get the ground to kind of look like, it flows a little bit better, and hopefully looks like it's supposed to be there. Then what I did right here, I thought, what, the ground is already rather low. Why don't we make it where maybe we can at least have a window? Oh, hold on a second. My phone is ringing. One moment. Okay, I'm back now. Of course, thank goodness for editing. I really wasn't all that gone, for very long for you guys. But anyway, like I was saying, I was just kind of hoping to get maybe a little bit of windows on the, if I can, in the basement for a little bit of natural daylight. That was kind of what I was doing right there. So here, just trying to go through and find out, figure out exactly how we want to color it. I wanted stone. I wanted to accent the turrets in stone. So that is what I'm doing right here, just getting them accented. But yeah, for the most, the video is almost over. These are not going to be very long. I'm hoping to kind of keep them a little bit on the shorter side than usual. This is only right around 17 minutes. And I didn't speed it up quite as fast as I normally do. This is only about 5 times the speed. That way you can kind of see, it doesn't move around too fast for you, and you can have a halfway decent look at the build. That way, I didn't know if maybe that would make it a little easier for any suggestions or ideas that you might think of. So we're just trying to figure out the colors now that I had the siding color that I think I'm going to go with, and I thought I'd try to find a roof that might look okay for it. So just going through. Now I know that there's one area that the walls are very dark. That happens depending on the placement of roofing that I have noticed. There have been a few times I've had it and I couldn't figure out why that was showing up. Usually it's because of the roof going into the wall, into the home somewhere. And usually if you delete it, then that usually fixes it. But I didn't see at the time that I was building this, I didn't see any roofing walls that were inside right there. So I'm not really too sure what's causing it right now, but I'm aware that it's there, but at the same time I may not be able to fix it. But here, as you can see, for the most part the coloring has, we have decided I didn't want it to be a dark, or gloomy type of house. I still wanted it to be rather inviting, even though it is rather large, and sometimes a large house is kind of intimidating, but I didn't want it to feel that way. So we're just going through figuring out what we want to put up there in the eave area of the roofs. We end up going with a shaker siding. That's what those are called. And this is pretty much about it on the video. So I will see you next time, and don't forget to leave your suggestions and comments down below. Don't forget to rate the video and subscribe to be notified of more videos. And thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye.